Ladies and gentlemen. Um, yeah, about to do this right now. About to do this right now. Okay, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing today? How we doing? I know I said I was gonna come on here on what's it called? After the game. What the hell? Yeah, I was gonna come on here after the game. I'm sorry, I literally had this video playing on some other shit, but my bad. Anyway, regardless though. Yeah, I said I was gonna come on Sunday. Potentially, didn't do it. Didn't feel like it. I was kind of pissed off at how we played our game. And I didn't want to come in here blowing off steam, saying crazy things that I don't really mean, you know. And now that I've taken, not even the day, but 2 days actually, because we played on Saturday, not Sunday. I'm so used to playing on Sunday because of this conference league nonsense that I forgot that this time we played on Saturday. But yeah, I took the 2 days just to sit down, think, see how the other fixtures went. The Forest game just happened, and these guys just thumped Wolves with ease, 3-0. Move on. I wish we could keep clean sheets, bruh. Even Forest is able to keep clean sheets and we're not able to do it, bruh. Imagine the state of us, bruh. They're currently 4 points ahead of us. So even if they drop points next week and we pick up all three, they'll still be above us. Like the highest we can finish at the end of next week will still be fourth. You know what I'm saying? But the lowest is like seventh. You know what I'm saying? And that should already kind of tell you the state of the club right now, dog. Like, this is actually insane. We can't be going on to our third straight year of mediocrity, third straight year of just being poor. It's unacceptable, bro. Like, it's actually crazy. And if you watch the video I did last time, before the Palace game, I said I don't care how we play. I just want 3 points. The reason I was saying this is because I know how difficult Palace can be to play with. And when we played them earlier this season, we struggled in that game too. They barely created anything. We created a few chances, missed all of them. Then Eze pops out of nowhere with a wonder goal. This time, kind of a similar thing where we're playing good, creating chances. We don't take them. Palace start getting belief towards the end. Palmer loses the ball in a very odd way. You got a pass from Sanchez, it was an okay pass, kind of a dangerous area, but Palmer, in my opinion, should be doing better to not lose the ball in that situation. You can't argue that, okay, he wasn't really expecting two people to be on him right when he got the ball, but at the same time, like, I don't know, bro. It just really, stuff like that, it just speaks to the fact that we have such a young squad and these guys really don't know how to manage games just yet. Maresca's come in and he's done a little bit better than Poch in terms of game management, but still, like, he's dealing with the same players Pochettino had last year. So them only being a year older, a season older, with a season more experienced, like, that can only do so much. At the end of the day, they're still young. And that's the issue that arises when you buy these young players. And this is why I personally, like, I have certain fundamental issues with this model. I'm not one of those people who, after we get poor results, will be pissed off every week. But at the same time, it's because like I've already set myself up to expect these guys to be inconsistent, and I'm not happy about that. Don't get me wrong, I'm really not happy with the fact that I'm in a position where I have to look at this team and say, you know what, we're not gonna pick up points every week. In fact, most weeks we might not even pick up points. Most weeks we might drop points. We might have good runs and then just a patch of bad runs. I have kind of like had to accept that in my head based on the fact that these players are young. You know what I'm saying? And I really am not happy about it. This is Chelsea. Every single season that we get into, we should really be expecting to be challenged for all trophies. It should be like that. I'm not saying win every trophy all the trophies every year. That's what I'm saying. But we should always be thereabouts. We should always be in the conversation. And we haven't been for 3 years now. Like, this is closing on 3 years now, where we just haven't been good enough. We've been too inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? So there's only two ways to fix this. It's either we wait till 2026 or 2027 when these players have actually figured it out, then they can actually start being consistent. They know what it takes to win games. They know how to manage games. They know how to manage 1-0 leads when, the chances aren't going off, or when we get that elite striker who, doesn't go into like 6-7 straight game bad patches where he can't even hit shots on target. You know what I'm saying? Until we get rid of stuff like that, I really don't expect much from us. And the other way in which we could actually start being consistent again is if we just, decided, you know what, I get it with this young player system, or looking for players with resale value, but we should kind of break it a little bit. We should kind of be looking at players who not necessarily are even like in their primes, but are entering their primes. I really don't see an issue in that. So, for example, I'll give you a good example of why this is such a big problem, bro. If you look at our centre backs, the centre back partnership we played the other day, we played Levi Colwell, a 21-year-old, and we played what's his name, Josh Ashiampong, who had a very brilliant debut, by the way, but he's 18 years old. We played an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old as our centre back partnership over the weekend. That's insane, dude. Like, these guys are only gonna reach their primes like years from now, bro. Levi, realistically, you wanna say start to reach his prime 6-7 years from now, and he's 21 now. At Champong, assuming he's a centre backs will reach their prime 28-ish, right? Brother has 10 years before his 28th birthday, brother. 10 years, guys. Like, I can't wait 10 years. I can't wait for these guys to develop. I can't wait that long, bro. Like, are we just gonna be messing around the league for 10 years? I don't think so. Like, that's just not reasonable. That's not feasible. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think it's so important that we get some experience. And this is why us trying to get rid of Trev, I didn't agree with it. And I especially didn't agree with the nature in which we tried to do it in. And now look at us. We're in a situation where we might have to bring him back. You know what I'm saying? We might have to bring him back. Same guy who we froze out. This guy has only been good for us, bro. He's never like, he's always been loyal to Chelsea, and we treat him like this. And we've been doing this to a lot of players. But like, for him, it hurts me even more because this kid is Cobham. Like, he is Chelsea. Like, he is what we preach. He's a fan just as much as I am. I know every time he plays for us, he plays his heart out for us. You know what I'm saying? And we just treated him like garbage. We didn't even allow him to train with the first team up until he got his loan to Palace. And now we're in a situation where it looks like we might need him again because we're running out of centre backs, and clearly we don't trust Disasi or Tosin to be starting week in, week out for us. We don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? So this is exactly what happens when you take so many short-sighted decisions. It's also funny too because the other centre-back that we might be looking to bring in is his current teammate at Palace, also a Cobham graduate. We sold him what 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. Mark Gay, and with Mark Gay, I'm not saying I was against the signing, but it's actually really funny that like, you know, we were selling all these academy players, but it looks to be that like they're the same guys we're trying to buy back from other clubs. We're looking at Chaloba, we're looking at Gay. I'm telling you, I am telling you right now, I will not be surprised if within the next 3 years, 4 years, Lewis Hall is back here. I wouldn't be surprised. It also wouldn't surprise me if, for some reason, somehow, some way, Livramento comes back as well. Like, it's so odd. It's like, dude, we have these players. We're not giving them the platform to develop. Then we buy other young players who we still need to develop, and it's like, dude, we could have just like not spent the money on these guys who we had to develop anyway, develop the guys that we have, and then spend big money on consistent, like proper players who we know can give us goals, can give us assists, can win us games. We haven't really been spending very smart. Now that like I look back at things and I see the position that we're in, guys, it's honestly, it's very annoying. It's actually very annoying, Chelsea. Like, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what you guys' vision is. It seems like, and this has been a big rival talking point, and I've been rejecting this over and over again, but like now I'm starting to understand why they thought so. They used to, like, a lot of rivals used to say that we're throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. And honestly, that's what I feel like we're doing right now. Like, we are honestly just buying all these players. A bunch of them don't work. We try sell them, and then the academy players that we sold, I don't know whether we're selling them because we don't think they're good enough, or we just are trying to raise money. I need to know what the intentions behind some of these sales are, but it seems like we're just selling. We're just quick fire sale, and then 2-3 years down the line, we're like, oh shit, that guy was actually good enough, and he is the exact type of player we need in our team right now. So just buying them back for like 5-6 times the amount we sold them for. It's ridiculous. I don't know how long this can keep going for. There's a lot of good things that have come from this new model. There's a lot, but because we're not even at a stage where we're like winning trophies, it's very easy to kind of just ignore the good, because the good still to this day, I can't say the good outweighs the bad. I still think to this day, with this new ownership, with this new management, with this new way of doing stuff, we are losing more than we are winning, because we haven't won a trophy. We haven't won a single trophy. We're already out of the Carabao Cup, so that's something we can't win. We'll probably win the Conference League, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it, but we should probably still be good there. But for me, that's a nothing tournament. I know I'm talking big right now, but like for me, it's like you have to win that. You have to. Like, it's not even a debate. Like, you have to win that. You see, we're nowhere close to the Premier League, as we can see with results like Palace, Fulham, Everton, like Ipswich. It's ridiculous. We're gonna try win that FA Cup. There's many teams better than us. We saw what happened last year. These players really don't have very good mentality, because they haven't won anything. Then they don't have anyone around them to show them how to win. So I can't even back us for the FA Cup based on anything really, other than the fact that we're one of the better teams in it. So I'm assuming, we could at least get to the final four. We get to the final four, and then obviously it's a toss-up when we get to that point. It's win the game in front of you. But still, it's like I don't see where our next trophy is coming from. Like, I really don't. And this is my main concern, is like, we're going into year 3 and it's still like this. Like, this is ridiculous, dog. Like, it still seems like we need so many areas of our team addressed. Our midfield looks thin. Our striker position looks like Jackson needs help, bro. Jackson needs help. I've been singing the same tune since the summer. I was like, guys, you guys are gonna regret not getting Jackson help. There's gonna be a point in the season where he's not on form, and people are gonna start hating on him again. I love Jackson. The reason why I still thought we should get someone like Osimhen is because I knew that there would be a point in the season where Jackson would stop scoring. He's not gonna score every game, and you know this hard patch that he's going through right now, I don't think it's gonna last till the end of the season. But imagine we had an Osimhen right now, or a John Duran right now, or a Samu Omorodion right now, or a Sesko. They would be very helpful to this team. I don't think Mark Guehi is ready just yet. He's not of the level of the guys I just mentioned. I don't think he's Premier League quality yet. I wouldn't trust him to be up front for us for like a patch of 5, 6, 7 games in a row. He's 18. Like, he doesn't deserve that kind of pressure. Because, like, if he's playing those games, like, I'm gonna cook him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is like, I don't want these young players put in a position where they can get cooked. Because, like, dude, if you're playing for Chelsea, I'm gonna assume you're old enough to play for Chelsea, which means you're good enough to play for Chelsea, which means you can hold smoke if you're not performing. I don't want to do that to certain players. So, having another striker option, I wasn't necessarily saying Jackson isn't good enough. I don't believe in him. I was more so saying I don't want him to be put in a spot this season where he's being looked at because he hasn't scored in 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games. And we've needed goals. And we're in that patch right now. I've been seeing people talking crazy about Jackson already. And this is why I didn't want it to happen like this. I look at our defense as well. It seems like we still need a centre back for sure. We might, like a right-sided centre back. We might, I don't even want to say might. We definitely need a new goalkeeper. I personally don't think Sanchez is absolutely atrocious. If you look at his save percentage numbers, he has the best save percentage in the whole league. And you can see that he's actually a very reliable, consistent, decent shot stopper. His issues have always been up here, I've always said. But if you're playing at the elite level, at the very, very elite level, you're playing for like a top 10 club in Europe, like, you're not meant to have a goalie who doesn't have a brain. Like, no. Because that can be the difference between you getting 3 points and 1 point. We've seen that a couple of times this season. Or the difference between you getting 1 point and 0 points. We've seen that from him also this season. So, we need a new goalkeeper. Need a new centre back. We're thin in midfield. We need a new striker, most likely. We probably need a winger. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Mudryk situation and our wingers, there's no standout winger just yet. Between Neto, Madueke and Sancho, like, I don't know who is like definitely better. Like, I don't, like, out of the three, I can't pick out which one is like, yeah, for sure you're clear of the other two. I really can't. Some people might say Sancho. I don't know. He's definitely been the least frustrating, because I want to say a lot of people have been pissed at him and Neto because they don't shoot that much. But I think Sancho, because it seems like, I'm most likely probably basing it off the game we just had against Palace, it seems like Sancho still provides that end product here and there. I want to say Neto and Madueke have definitely been more disappointed, because I feel like Neto for 60 million, as long as many other people might have thought he was going to come in and, be a 60 million pound player, but he's not been a 60 million pound player. Sorry to say, guys, he's not. He's really not. And with Madueke, I feel like he's been here the longest. A lot of people haven't rated him at all in this fan base. A lot of people think he's selfish. I disagree with that nonsense. But some people might have expected him to push on this year and actually like contribute to our attack as like our mainstay right winger. He hasn't really solidified that spot. He has 5 goals this season. He scored 3 of them against Wolves in one game. So he's not really been doing too good. But the thing with Noni is he's the only one out of the 3 who actually shoots on a regular basis. And, I think we need more danger in the box. Bro, we had 1 shot on target against Palace. Obviously, if you did watch the game, it's not necessarily like we weren't working the defense or anything. We did put up a few shots, they just weren't on target. Jackson had that one chance where I don't know why he didn't just like take that with his right foot. This guy tried to do like some like, I mean, with his left foot. I don't know, like this guy tried to do like some Trevella with his right foot, just like trying to curve it in, like curl it around the goalie. I don't know why he was trying to do that. You have a left foot, use it. Whatever, bruh. But in general, like, I just don't feel like we take enough shots. We don't take enough shots. We definitely take more than 1 shot, like at least on target, as you saw the other day. But we could take more. We could take more. We need more shooters. So Noni shooting is only of benefit. Like we need more people to start shooting. We need that mindset of shooting. I touched up on our midfield a little bit. How we're kind of thin in midfield. You're seeing Enzo and Caicedo low key get a little bit tired in these past few games. The energy is a little bit lower. I think Enzo had hella energy against Palace. Like he's running his socks off for sure. But you can still see like they're losing some energy a little bit, and it's because there's literally no one on the bench for them. These guys are having to run 12, 13 kilometers every single game and play the next game. If literally if we have 3 games in 1 week, they're running damn near 40 Ks in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? Playing football. Like that's ridiculous. We need Lavia back. And then on top of just getting Lavia back, dude, we can't just rely on Lavia staying fit for the rest of the season. Why? Because we haven't seen it. And that's a conversation we really should be having about all our injured players, him, Fofana, Reece James, all our injury-prone players, let me say. All the players who, they haven't played 15 straight games for us, and they've been here a long time. They've been here more than 2 seasons. They've never played 15 games in a row for us. When was the last time James played 15 games in a row for us? I don't remember. Fofana's played like 3,000 league minutes for us, if that. It's not played football for us, really. And we signed this guy in 2023 or something, or 2022. We signed this guy a long time ago. It's 2025. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we signed him 2022. This man's not played 3,000 minutes for us in the league. He's not played 30 games. 30 games worth. I think he's made like 32 appearances total for us in the league. Like, that's embarrassing, dude. Like, he's been here a long time. He should have a lot more than 3,000 minutes to his belt. You know what I'm saying? Especially because he was bought for like 80 million and he's meant to be like our leading center back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good enough. Same with our captain, Reece James. Not good enough. Not played enough. I love him, but he's not played for us. Same with Fofana. I love him too. Not played enough. Lavia. Not played enough. So, players like this, these 3 especially, we need to be looking at them as luxuries. So what I mean is, whenever you look at our squad, you can never consider them to be part of any strongest 11, starting 11. Don't do it. I'd need to see a full season from them before I can even start doing that again, and I'm probably not going to get that anytime soon, to be honest. Maybe Lavia doesn't get injured from here and out. I would love that. But until I see it, I'm not gonna consider him really like a vital part of our first team. Or James or Fofana. And that leads me to say that we definitely need another midfielder. It's either we call back Santos or we call back Owochukwu. Now, there's been a debate going on of I would rather call off Leslie. I'd rather call back Santos. Like, people have been like debating it. A lot of people have been saying it's better to call Leslie over because first, he hasn't played many minutes for Southampton in the first part of the season. Now that this new coach is here, it seems like he's playing more a little bit. We'll see. And also, they don't want to disturb Santos's progress because he's developing quite nice. You know, he's become a really, really integral part of that Strasbourg team. He's been having an amazing season. He's leading goals for central midfielders this season in all the top 5 leagues for any under 21 player. So, you know, he's killing it, you know. He's doing very good. And you could definitely see that he's the type of guy who could help us today, you know. Now, I, to be honest, don't give a shit about Strasbourg, okay? And I'm sorry, Strasbourg fans. If any Strasbourg fan ever watches this, they might be pissed at me. But I really don't give a shit about your club. The reason I say this is because I didn't even know about your club a few years ago. I only really know your club because, okay, I did. I'm kind of lying here. But, like, for real, though, like, I didn't know much about you guys other than you played in France until our owners decided to just, like, buy you guys. And now you're, like, you know, our sister club. I guess we loan our players to you guys. You guys help us develop players, and also it stays to your benefit because we're, you know, giving you quality young players and stuff like that. You have great access to capital and resources. Fine, I get all of that, but priority, especially mine, is Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea fan, you know, like whenever these owners decided to buy you guys, I didn't sign a contract saying now I'm a Strasbourg fan. You know what I'm saying? So, despite the fact that you guys losing Santos might be a big loss for you, I kind of don't give a shit. You know, I really don't. Respectfully, I really don't. If this kid can come to our team and help us with our targets this season, bring him. You know, because we have targets this season. It can't always be like big picture talk. And the reason I say it can't always be big picture talk is because we haven't won shit. So I don't want us to keep I don't want us to keep like contributing to this vision that hasn't even materialized, hasn't even been close to materializing. You know, if we're at the stage where, like, you know, stuff's like smooth, well, constantly challenging, that's when I'll consider us like stable enough to take risks. You know, to say, okay, we have this kid at Strasbourg developing, let's not harm his development, we can survive on our own. I don't think we're at that stage yet, and let's not lie to ourselves, okay? I don't want us to lie to ourselves. I don't want the owners or the manager, whoever decides on these loan deals and stuff, I don't want them to just look at it and be like, you know what, let's leave him at Strasbourg, we'll be fine. I don't think we'll be fine. I really don't think we'll be fine. I could be wrong. You know, Lavia could come in and just not get injured for the rest of the season. But, like, I'm not willing to gamble away a 3rd season in a row. Okay? I'm really not. If this was season 2, maybe you can mess around. But, like, we fucked about for 2 years in a row, guys. We can't do it for a 3rd. Like, I don't want to say this, bro, because I don't want it to be true. But, like, the more we keep accepting failed seasons, the more we are likely to turn into what United is right now, what Arsenal's been for years and years. In my opinion, they're still like that. They're still losers. I know they've improved, but having standards being on the floor for a long time puts you in a spot where mediocrity is okay. I don't want mediocrity to ever be okay. I don't want doing just fine or just doing just good enough to ever be Chelsea standard. That's not our standard. And the longer we keep, making excuses and writing off seasons and stuff, the longer we stay in this and the harder it's gonna be to get out of it. Because this thing spreads. It spreads all throughout the club. It starts from the mindset that the ownership have, down to the sporting directors, down to the players, and down to the fan base. Okay? If we keep accepting, being trash for half the season and then picking up points at the end, coming fifth, fourth, fifth, sixth, just average stuff every year, that's gonna be like the stand for us. We're gonna be happy with that. We're gonna end up being in a spot where, like, our target every year isn't even trophies. Our target's like Spurs type targets where it's like challenge for top four. Like, that's nonsense, dude. Like, top four, I'm used to that being like a thing that just happens. Top four means you failed in the title race. That's what top four always meant to me. So whenever people say, our target's finishing top four, basically they're saying to me that your target's failure. That's never been the kind of target I've ever had as a Chelsea fan. Like, that's not ever been me. I did it 2 seasons ago. I was like, dude, this season's going terribly. Graham Potter is clueless. We have like 60 million players. Graham Potter just tried to get me 4th. He got me 12th. Along with Lampard's help, of course. He got me fucking 12th. Jesus. Next season, Pochettino, first like 20 or so games, or let me say, first 18 or so games, terrible. Awfully inconsistent, And then the last 20 games of the season, we started to pick up form. Still wasn't good enough. We ended up averaging out to 6th. We sat at 12 for half the season. We ended up 6th. We had like top 3, top 4 form towards the end. And, I wasn't happy about that, but I accepted it given the circumstances. I'm not doing that again this year. Like, even when they fired they fired Poch and hired Maresca, I was like, okay, sharp. You can hire whoever you guys want to hire or fire. But my standards are not changing. If they had kept Poch this season, my expectations for him would have been to get super, super close to a title challenge. That was and that's the thing, is like, I really should have been recording videos from the jump so you guys can like see the progression in like my opinions and how really nothing's changed. Like, my energy is the same in the sense that, like, I expected Poch, because I thought the squad is capable. I expected him by the end of this season to like come really close to the top 2. I assumed City and Arsenal would be top 2, and I assumed Liverpool would be thereabouts, and Chelsea would be 4th. But like a strong 4th, as in like, we're only 4th because the teams above us were like really freaking good. But now we are 4th. I'm still not the happiest because of the circumstances, where I feel like the teams above us, especially the two teams right above us, Arsenal and Forest, we really shouldn't be below them, bro. Because it's not like they've been scintillating. Arsenal have had lots of struggles this season. Goddamn Forest, Nottingham Forest is above us. Like, this is embarrassing, Like, I expected us to be 4th, but like, now given the circumstances of this season, 4th place just doesn't seem like the progression it should have been, And I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping that changes very soon, because like I said, my expectations for Maresca are the exact same expectations I had for Poch. And I do not care, bro. I don't care that he's a new manager. I'm not the one who decided to fire Poch. It's the sporting directors. So if it doesn't work out with this new manager, they have to hold smoke. They are to blame. I don't want to have to, be yelling at the end of this season. But they need to fix up. They need to fix up if they don't want me to be yelling at the end of the season, So, guys, really and truly, overview, I just want to see one of Andre or Leslie come back, help out in midfield. Would have been nice if we could get a forward to help Jackson, but I don't think at this point it's necessary because Jackson's gonna pick up form. Well, I'm hoping he does. I think he will. He will. I believe in Jackson. He's a good player. I think he'll pick up form. I think the rest of our players will pick up form. The rest of our attackers. Um, with a center back, we for sure still need one. And I wouldn't mind bringing Trev back. Don't think he should have left in the first place. Don't even think Disasi should have been signed in the first place, but I understand why he had to get signed because Trevor at the time was injured, which is so unfortunate because I feel like if Trev wasn't injured beginning of last season, he probably still would be here, to be honest. I think his career would have gone a little different because Disasi wouldn't have been here and would have still needed that extra defender. And I don't think we would have signed someone. I think Chaloba would have been that guy. But because we signed Asasi, it's like, okay, we gotta get rid of someone, or we get our money back for Asasi, which we're probably not going to sign that guy for like 50 million. It's ridiculous, So yeah, I would say bring one of Andre or Leslie back, and then center back. Preferably, just bring Chalaba back. I wouldn't mind that. Just rock with the Cobham center backs from now till the end of the season, and then end of the season I want to see a respectable finish, a third place, fourth place finish, which is the bare minimum in my opinion. Like, I really think we should be like trying to get close to second, because dude, this league is ass. Like, Liverpool is the only team that's like decent, bro, like for real. And I was looking at it because we've won 10 games. Bournemouth have won 9. Bournemouth, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we actually doing? Forest have won more games than us this season. We're not serious. We're not, like, actually not a serious team. This team was in the championship like 3 years ago. What are we doing? 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah, literally. They were in the championship. If guys like Callum Hudson-Odoi, someone we sold for like, what, 2-3 million? Bought Mudryk for 60. Mudryk's not even here. Callum Hudson-Odoi is contributing to the top 4 race, bro. These guys are going to be in the Champions League next season if they keep going like this. And they're actually using their subs. I saw Awuni scored today. He's not really had that good of a season this season. I don't really know what's happening with him. But he scored today. Like, they're using their squad, bro. Even their squad players are coming in, contributing. That's the kind of thing we need at Chelsea, especially because we spent so much on the squad. So, it's just a little bit disappointing seeing what I'm seeing, And, yeah, bro, I think we need to fix up. Our coach will also do better. It's not only on the SDs. I'm not saying, like, Maresca is going to be absolved of smoke if we keep underperforming. Because at the end of the day, he needs to show his competence as well, This guy was a manager for Leicester last year, and he won the league. He opened up a really big gap between first and second, and second place closed that gap down to like 2 points from like 20. I think second place was Ipswich, and a lot of people have said this guy knows how to start a team well, but then he just like kind of capitulates at some point in the season. And some people are scared that may be us. I don't think so. I am still of the belief that this guy is competent enough to see where our issues are and to find a solution with our squad. We have a big squad, bro. I was told at the beginning of the season that we have 2 teams, bro. Let me see him. Obviously, narratives like that weren't being spun by Maresca. He's always maintained that we have 1 team. I don't think the SDs were saying we have 2 teams, but like, dude, we had 2, bro. We're sending a completely different squad out to Kazakhstan and stuff like that for the Conference League. You're telling me some of these players can't help us in the Prem? I doubt that. Figure it out with Nkunku. Nkunku is not a bad player. Nkunku is a great player. Figure out a way to get him to score goals in this team. Because in my opinion, that's like a 25 goal contribution in the Prem level player minimum. That's what I think Nkunku is. I think Nkunku can get like 16 and 9, 15 and 10, 15 goals, 10 assists. Like he can do that. He's very much capable of doing something like that. Neto, I think Neto is a 20 goal contribution player. I think he could. I think he could get 10 and 10. I genuinely think he could, or like 6 and 14. Like I think he can get hella assists. You know, I don't know why it seems like we're not getting a tune out of these players, but they're not dead players. And I'm not gonna believe all of them are just dead players. You know what I'm saying? We need to figure it out. So Maresca, I'm gonna need you to solve some problems here, brother. You're the coach. You have players. You have resources. You know what I'm saying? So use them. Use them. If Liverpool had Nkunku right now, they'd be going crazy. If Arsenal had Nkunku right now, they'd be going crazy. Dude, I think even if United had Nkunku right now, they'd be going crazy. Genuinely. Like, this guy is a Champions League level player. Like, we've seen him perform, bro. We've seen what he did to Man City. You know what I'm saying? We know this guy can play at the highest level. So you can't tell me that this guy is now a useless player that you can't use. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Even Poch, the few handful of times that Nkunku was fit for Poch, he actually looked like a player. Now when he comes into this team, he looks lost. No. I'm refusing that. I reject that. First of all, he's our most He's our most experienced attacker. I don't think people clock that he's our most experienced attacker, bro. Not only just in terms of games played, but in terms of like the level of games played, you know. And that's a big reason why I'm saying we should not sell this guy, you know. Because if we sell him, I think we are kind of just like setting the precedent that, like, you know, a manager really shouldn't be expected to figure shit out, especially when it comes to having quality players, because he has a quality player in Nkunku. You know what I'm saying? This is not a dead player. It's not like we gave him trash and we're saying work with it. We just gave him a player. Maybe his system isn't suiting him, but his system isn't suiting a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I'd ask him to figure that out too. Gusto looks useless. Make him look useful in the system. He looks useless. He's not doing anything. Palmer's on the left side most of the game. What is that? What's that about? You know what I'm saying? Like, now our wingers seem extremely isolated. I know a big part of Maresca's system is having the wingers be isolated 1v1 with the fullbacks, right? At certain points now, what's happening is the fullbacks and the wingers on the opposite team are doubling up on our wingers. So it's kind of useless. So they're on their own against two people not doing anything, right? It's like, no, no, make it work. Maresca, I'm gonna need to see something, bro. I'm gonna need to see something. Otherwise, like, what was the point of this whole exercise? What was the point of firing that guy last year? Could have just kept him for another year, because his contract finished at the end of this year. Could have just kept him another year. We would have been playing freestyle football, you know, let the ballers ball type football, scored like 100 goals, conceded 80. I would have been fine with it. You know, at least I would have been entertained. Now you're just boring me. I'm watching these 1-1s, these wins to Ipswich, these 2-1s to Fulham, these 0-0s to Everton. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Come on, fix up. Fix up. The same problems that we had with this team last year are the same problems we have this year. So what was the point? Anyway, yeah. That's all I have to say on that. Now, in case more people start watching this shit, fucking subscribe to the fucking channel. I'm sorry for swearing so much. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to work on that. I'm not very like camera what's it called, camera trained, so I'm gonna try work on like not swearing. I don't know what the policy is on like swearing with YouTube and stuff like that. I'm gonna try. I don't even care for getting monetized as long as my videos don't get taken down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, subscribe to the channel. I heard liking videos gives it a boost, like the channel's a boost, so like you guys should do that too. Yeah, see you guys next time. Probably we play this weekend, I'll probably do another stream like in the next coming days. You can click on that notification bell and you'll fucking get the notification for the next video. So yeah, and then next time, guys, I got a little surprise for you, maybe, potentially. I hope you like the new setup though. I had a little bit of a boring setup initially, but like, you know, now it's looking a little bit more customized, personalized. There's still a few more changes that I want to put in place. I made a thumbnail for this video. I figured out how to make one of those, which is quite cool actually. I'm gonna work on my thumbnail game. I made that shit in like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna work on that. I'm also gonna figure out ways to make sites the like what you guys see a lot better in the coming weeks. So yeah, don't worry, bro. I'm cooking, bro. Let me cook, yeah.